I welcome the Massai on the stage. Would you please put your hands together for the Massai, please? Applause for the Massai. Massai, bienvenue. Yes, a big applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Massai. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we start with the first number, which is known as Abend-Show. Abend-Show is kind of song which is Massai singing themselves when they are going to kill the lion. Massai, bienvenue. Yes, applause again, ladies and gentlemen, for the Messiah. That was the first number, Abend-Show. Kind of song which is Massai singing when they are going to kill the lion. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the second number, which is known as Emunjororo. When the lion have been killed, the Massai have to back home with a nice song which is known as Emunjororo. Massai, twende kazi. Yes, applause, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Massai. That was the Emunjororo, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share with you the short information that I have concerning the Massai. Ladies and gentlemen, the Massai were not known as the Massai on that time. They were known as a group of patriotism. They were moved from one place to another looking for the water and pastures. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 19th century, Maasai, they were on the northern part of Africa and moved one place to another in order to get water and something to drink or pasture, something to eat for their livestock. When they reached to East Africa, and we started called them Maasai. Ladies and gentlemen, Maasai is kind of tribe which is still move on their traditional and their culture as much as you see as well. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a lot of number, and the upcoming number will be Enda Party, which is jumping competition. Maasai, bienvenue.
Yeah.
Yes, a big applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Messiah. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are in Kenya, you will find the Massai at Maasai Mara, also the Pwani of Diani or Diani Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, also when you are in Uganda, you will find the Maasai at Kiaka River, near to the Kiaka Forest. When you are in Tanzania, ladies and gentlemen, you will find the Maasai at Arusha, Mikumi, Serengeti, Ngorongoro. Don't forget also Neptune Pwani Beach, a resort and spa, as much as you can see them over here. Ladies and gentlemen, the most hard-working woman, she's coming from the Maasai tribes. Maasai Mama, twende mbele kidogo. Maasai Mama. Big hand applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Maasai Mama. She's a hard-working mama in East Africa, or Africa as well. She's the one who built the house, which is known as the boma, and the men lived inside. Ladies and gentlemen, she's the one who grazing the small cows and the small goats, which is around the environment of the Maasai. And she's the one who taking good care of the children, starting on a milking, cooking, and doing some home activity. She is hard-working mama, ladies and gentlemen. Big hand applause one more time for the Maasai Mama. At little age, ladies and gentlemen, up to 17 years old, the Maasai known as Junior Morani. Yes. Okay. That is Junior Morani, ladies and gentlemen. He's the one also who are helping the Maasai Mama. He's not allowed to go out for grazing the cows and some other stuff that Maasai have. He has to stay home all the time with the Maasai Mama helping for the home activity. He's not allowed also to get married until he reach 20 and whatever. So give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the Maasai. Applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, when Maasai reach 17 up to 45 years old, they are known as Morani. Morani Tonebele. Yeah, he's the soldier of the Maasai, the warriors, hunter. Yeah, that is kind of age which is all Maasai need to reach that one. When you are Morani, ladies and gentlemen, you are hard-working men. You are not allowed to get married until you kill the lion. And if you want to get married, you have to go outside with your friends and kill one of the lion and take back home the head of the lion, and then you can get married. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the one who grazing goats, cows, and sheep outside. He is the one who fighting against the dangerous animals and dangerous people who want to attack the Maasai community or Maasai society. And this is the reason why we called him Morani. Ladies and gentlemen, when he's walking around, he has to take the long knife which is known as sime. Maasai, onyesha sime yako. That's kind of weapon which is Maasai Morani need to take every single time when he's walking around. Ladies and gentlemen, he also has a club. In Swahili we call it kirungu. Maasai, onyesha kirungu. Yes, that's also kind of weapon which is Maasai Morani need to use every single minute. Ladies and gentlemen, he also has a long stick. Yes. And he has to take in the vaikotaya, which is shoes, which is made by vaikotaya. Onyesha viatu vyako. Yes, those kind of shoes which is Maasai Morani have to put on when he's walking in the street or in the jungle. Applause, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Maasai Morani, please. Applause. Maasai, when they reach 45 years old, up to wherever, they are known as Laibon or Lengwanani. In my language, we call him Babu. Nishti Kaputi, but he's Babu. Ladies and gentlemen, Maasai on that age, he's starting changing his appearance. Good looking, he has to remain bald, not with the long hair as much as Morani has. And he's the one who's standing as spiritual leader in the Maasai community. And he's the one, ladies and gentlemen, who's standing as a negotiator. Once Maasai have some problem with some other tribe, so he's the one who's standing there as a good advisor. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the one also who prays for their own gods, because Maasai, they believe their own gods, and he's the one who's standing at the prayers. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please begin the applause for the Maasai Lengwanani, or Babu, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the show. Now is the upcoming number will be Opamela. Opamela is some kind of song which is Maasai singing when they have married. Maasai, bienvenue. Maasai, twende kazi Opamela. Yes, applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Upper Mela. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to the last number. Tonight will be Olenjore. Olenjore is some kind of song which is Massai singing. If you have ever visited Massai community, this means goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, and this is how they say goodbye to us today. So Massai, bienvenue for the Olenjore. Yes, applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Massai. That was the last number for tonight, which is known as Olenjore, means bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, before I allowed Massai to go back to Kiwengwa, fighting also is one of the culture of the Massai. And Massai, they're gonna fight tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see how Massai they are fighting. Massai. Kupigana, Massai kupigana. Kidogo kidogo, hamna kuumizana hapo. Applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the Massai fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, Massai, they're gonna pause for a second. For those who wanna make beautiful pictures, please come right here a little bit closer with the Massai. You can take the pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, now the time is yours. If you would like to take a picture with the Massai, please, you're welcome.